Hello boys and girls, welcome to my player ratings for last night's win against Brentford in the Carabao Cup. No upsets here. Very professional performance. Now before I get started, I've got to let you guys know about a little offer from BetBall. Quite simply, get yourself involved. Links are in the description and all you have to do is sign up, deposit £5 and you are involved. Get involved with some crazy odds and offers throughout the course of the season. It really is that simple. Like I said, links are in the description, so get yourself involved. Now, last night's game, like I said, no cup upsets here. 3-1 victory, very comfortable at times, but there were some scary moments. Brentford put in a good performance. They can be proud of what they've done. And I wish them well throughout the course of the season, and it would be nice to see them back at the Emirates again, but maybe as a Premier League side. So yeah, like I said, it was comfortable, but there were some scary moments. When Brentford brought it back to 2-1, there was a 10-minute spell where I thought they're going to come in this game. And then quite simply, our substitutes bench was what kind of changed things. We had some serious strength on the bench, which come and nullified things, made things a bit easier, made it more comfortable again. And that was the difference last night. We were able to do that and snuff out Brentford's attack. And I feel that if we didn't have that on the bench and we had a, kind of bench that we have in, these kind of games in recent past where we don't have the insurance of those top quality players there, we could have come unstuck and this game could have at least gone to penalties. But like I said, it was comfortable at times. Took the lead. Danny Welbeck, great header. Second goal was a beautiful goal. Team goal. And that's the Arsenal I like to see. And you could start to see what Emery's trying to implement within this side. And that was really nice. And again, finished off by Danny Welbeck. Third goal of the night, it kind of just killed the game off, and that was Alexandre Lacazette, and the guy is just keep on scoring. And that's what I like to see, because we've got a massive game this weekend coming up against Watford, and that's what we're focusing on. But for last night's game, we're going to get into the player ratings, and first of all, we're going to go with Bernd Leno. Now, I see Robbie talking about this last night, and he mentioned it to a few people that he was being interviewed with, and even myself, and he said that he felt that Leno could have done better with the Brentford goal. Now, I didn't comment at the time because I hadn't watched it back, but I have now. And you can't blame Leno for that. That was a superb free kick. You've got to sometimes hold your hands up and just say that the guy that took the shot, give them some credit. It was one of those free kicks where it's just outside the box and it's really difficult to get it up and over the wall and down in time. But he did. And it was a superb free kick. And like I said, you've got to give the guy some credit. Overall performance from Leno, his handling was really good. He was getting stuck in with the crosses and whatnot. His positioning, the way he moves the ball with his feet is quality. And the back line looks really confident with him there. And it's like what he does breeds confidence. So, yeah, decent performance from Leno. And I'm going to give him a player rating of 7. Next player I'm going to go with is Stefan Lichtsteiner. Another very good performance, very robust, up, down all night, knows when to stay, knows when to go. There was an incident in the second half where the Brentford player went down, he dived, trying to get a penalty, and Lichtsteiner was not having any of it, pulled him up, get up you mug, stop that nonsense. And yeah, really like that side of him, that nasty streak he's got within him. And you know what? It's going to be a battle between him and Hector this season, because Lichtsteiner is a quality player, very experienced pro, and it's nice to have someone there, as backup at the moment behind the likes of Bellerin, who's got that kind of know-how, knowledge and experience. So yeah, decent performance from him last night, and I'm going to give Lichtsteiner a 7. Next player we're going to go is Mustafi. Again, last night there was, incidents last night where he goes to ground so much, and I'm just thinking, oh, what are you doing? But overall, it was a relatively comfortable night. It wasn't too bad at all, to be quite honest with you. I felt they dealt with what was thrown at them. Like I said, there was that 10-minute spell from Brentford, but apart from that, wasn't really too much to do, and it was quite comfortable. So for this game, I'm going to give Mustafi a 7 as well. Alongside, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. Again, a very assured and very accomplished performance. Very straightforward, done what he had to do, distributed the ball well. And, you know, like I said, when he came on in the Premier League game the other day against Everton, he was very comfortable, looked very good. And early signs are showing that he's learning a few things under Unai Emery, and it all bodes well for the future. So with his performance as well, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I'm also going to give Rob Holding a 7. Going to move into the left-back area, and we're going to go with Nacho Monreal. What I feel is good about Monreal is that he's been playing so much lately. And of course, we've got Kolasinac back now. So he may get a rest soon in these kind of games. But last night, straightforward performance. I've said it before, he does exactly what it says on the tin. He knows when to go, to stay. And it was just a steady, straightforward, no-nonsense performance. And he played really well. And he got an assist for the second goal. He was a part of that brilliant team goal. And yeah, it was a decent performance from Nacho. And I'm going to give Nacho a 7.5 actually for this one. I'm going to move into the two that sit in front of the back four. And first of all, we're going to go with Mohamed El Neni. And I felt he had a really poor performance. It was not great from him. As the experienced one, I feel he should have been doing a lot more out there. Was taken off eventually, but yeah, not great from him. Really not great. And I don't know whether that's down to the fact that he doesn't get a lot of minutes and it's difficult to, you know, get yourself right up to speed for these kind of games. But no, it wasn't good at all from Mohamed El Neni. So I'm going to give him a 5. Next player we're going to go with is Guendouzi, and again, not the greatest of performances, but he got himself stuck in, worked really hard. He was at fault for the Brentford goal. It was a silly free kick to give away on the edge of the box. Inexperience, but he will learn from things like that. And like I said, he done some good bits, some bad bits, and but it was a steady performance. And like I said, he's going to keep learning with every single game. So for last night's performance, I'm going to give Guendouzi a 6. I'm going to move into the attacking three. First of all, we're going to go with Henrik Mkhitaryan. Again, underwhelming, to be quite honest with you. Some good moments, some poor moments. He also was involved in that really good team goal. He was the one that picked it up from deep, spun the player and laid it into Iwobi. But yeah, it wasn't overly great from Mkhitaryan last night. Like I said, he just doesn't look quite right yet. Maybe that's the fact he's just come back from injury as well and he wasn't quite up to speed. But yeah, for last night's performance, I'm going to give Mkhitaryan a 6. Going to move into the next position, which is Alex Iwobi. It was a really good performance from him last night. He's showing more and more what he's learning under Unai Emery. And, you know, there's still parts of his game he's got to learn. There's still parts of his game where, you know, he loses the ball. But what I like is his end product is starting to develop and it's looking better. He's not looking so nervous, so reckless in that final third. Again, he was part of that team goal. He was the one that laid the ball out to Nacho Monreal to lay it to Welbeck. And it was a good performance. And I think he's in contention to be starting in the Premier League right now. And he gives us that kind of width that we lack. So yeah, for last night's performance, I'm going to give Alex Iwobi an 8. Next position is Emil Smith-Rowe, and it was a tough night for him. It was his debut from the start, and I felt that there was some good bits in there, but I feel that in the final third he kind of panicked at times. It was really difficult on certain moments, but this was a good step up for him. Playing against a very good championship side, it's, you know, very good learning curve for him. He will only learn from that kind of performance, and you know, that's what you want from him. You want him to learn from this. You want him to gain experience and you want him to come, you know, out of the other side a better player for it. And I think he will. He's a quality player with so much talent. And like I said, he will learn a lot from this performance. But for this game, I'm going to give Emil Smith-Rowe a 6. Last position we're going to go with is Danny Welbeck, and he was my man of the match. Superb performance from him. As the older statesman, the experienced player, he needs to be the one that takes the game by the scruff of the neck, and he did. First goal, brilliant header, brilliant header. Second goal, quite an easy one, a tap in, but his positioning and awareness and everything to be on the end of it, really good. Run the channels, done everything he has to do, worked really hard. and a really, really good performance from him. So I'm going to give Danny Welbeck a 9. You're looking at the substitute appearances. First of all, Alexandre Lacazette. He came on and he started to steady things first of all. Again, pops up with another goal, and he's bang on form right now, and it only bodes well for us. But for his overall performance and when he came on, I'm going to give Lacazette an 8. Lucas Torreira, when he came on, he shored things up and he kind of dampened the fires that Brentford were starting against us. And yeah, having that kind of experience to come off the bench and to just calm things down when things were getting a little bit on top, really good, really good. So yeah, for last night's performance, I'm also going to give an 8 for this one. Aaron Ramsey was the up to substitution. Didn't really have much time to have an effect on the game, so I'm not going to mark him. Going to go with the manager rating, Unai Emery, and I'm going to give him an 8. Very strong lineup considering this was the Carabao Cup. Got the balance right, I felt, and also he strengthened the bench so that if things were going wrong or we needed to make a change and, you know, shut up shop, so to speak, we were able to do that. And when Brentford got on top, he was able to call upon the likes of Lacazette and the likes of Lucas Torreira, and that was invaluable. So perfect. And yeah, really enjoyed it. So good lineup, good performance, and I'm going to give Unai Emery an 8. So there we go. That is the player ratings for this game against Brentford. Of course, we got a massive game this weekend against Watford. Keep an eye out for the player ratings for that game, the matchday vlog, then the player ratings. As usual, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave them comments. I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.